Hi, Patrick.
Hi, Taylor. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Thanks for taking time to do this. I love this setup. Is that a Raiders helmet? What helmet is that behind you?
Oh no, Ohio State. I'm from
Oh, you
Northeast
got it.
Ohio. Yeah, you're a Big
Can't see the
Ten.
Buckeye. Yeah,
Yeah, you're a Big Ten person, right?
I am.
Yeah,
Illinois.
yeah.
Ohio State always holds a very special place in my heart because my first year working at the Big Ten Network was also the first year of the college football playoff. So
Oh, okay.
got to cover you all win the first ever championship of that era. So I'm always kind of rooting for you all because there was some fun memories that year.
It's a great atmosphere at the Horseshoe, that's for sure. My wife is also she's an Illini alum, and we live here in Chicago now.
Oh my
So
gosh, tell
yeah,
her I said ILL.
yeah, yeah, we'll do. I know you've had a cup of coffee at Chicago as well. Now, but more excitingly, you're working with Crown Royal this season, which my father is a big Crown Royal guy. The old man always has a bottle of Crown, so he'll be excited to see this interview. What are
Our
you doing with
man.
them this season?
Yes, so I am so incredibly excited to be partnering with Crown Royal. They are in their fifth year as the official whiskey sponsor of the NFL. And I get to be their first ever passenger princess, which I essentially bring the vibes for game day. I keep the energy up, I keep everybody excited. And, the passenger prince and princess are a very important component of game day. They make it all very exciting. So it's been really fun for me to be able to, go to these stadiums. We were just at Arrowhead before the Chiefs played the Ravens. And it's just really, really great at the activation. Everyone's so excited. We've got cocktails and we have just, like fun things. So it's been great. I'm really excited about the partnership.
Very cool. And I know the Crown Royal rig is going from town to town. You guys were in Kansas City
Yeah.
yesterday afternoon. What can fans expect when the rig pulls into their city?
So the rig is so crazy. Like it's huge. It is really fascinating to look at, but it's purple. It's all decked out. It was painted by an artist from New Orleans, which is really cool. It has it simulates the wood barrels. It's just a really cool sight to see. I got to ride around in it, but it's exciting when the rig comes to your city because it means you have a very good chance of getting your seats upgraded for the game. So if you sit in the Royal Rig, like in the seat, and if you honk the horn and it makes a noise, your seats get upgraded immediately for the game that you're going to. So when people see the rig, I hope they're excited because it's just a really cool vehicle to look at. But it also could be something really cool for you. So it's been fun.
That's awesome. What a fun experience. I mentioned my old man. Not only is he a huge Crown Royal guy, he was a truck driver for like 30 years. So yeah, you got the in there. His life's goal might be to be able to drive the Crown Royal rig in his retirement around from NFL stadium to NFL
Oh
stadium.
my
So
goodness. Yeah.
yeah,
He said come to a city doing 10 cities. You've already done four, but there
yeah.
are many left.
If they need a driver, give me a call.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, what's close to Chicago? Is he in Chicago?
no, he's in Northeast Ohio. So I know you guys already hit Cleveland, I think.
Yes, we did already hit Cleveland, but there are so many. I know we have like Green Bay, we have Houston, we have Dallas. I'm like, Green Bay's
Yeah.
maybe the closest. But oh my
Yeah.
gosh, we've got to get him to see the rig.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you mentioned, you guys were at Arrowhead Stadium yesterday for Chiefs Ravens. And I have to ask, while you were in town, did you have any of that Kansas City barbecue?
Sadly, no. And
Oh,
I
no.
so much wish I could tell you that I had time to be able to go because anytime I'm in Kansas City, I try to do the different ones. The last one I went to, I hope I'm not incorrect in what it was called. I think it was Joe's.
Yeah,
Joe's
Joe's.
barbecue, yes. And I really
Yeah.
liked Joe's. I think that's my favorite. I've now been to Kansas City four times, including yesterday. And I think of the three that I've tried so far, Joe's was number one. But I sadly did not have time to do it this.
Joe's is fantastic. If you're ever at the airport, they even have a great barbecue at the airport. I suggest
No
Meet
way.
Mitch. Yeah, in the airport is fantastic.
Wait, what's it called?
It's called Meet Mitch.
Meet Mitch.
Yeah,
Okay.
Meet Mitch is very good. So check
Which,
it
by the
out.
way, the new airport.
Oh man, it is. Talk about an upgrade.
Yeah, what an upgrade. It's so nice.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool to see that.
Yeah, fantastic. So now you've been to a lot of football games, but in person, both in college and the pros. How would you rate the atmosphere at Arrowhead Stadium when compared to, say, some of the loudest stadiums in the country, like the Horseshoe?
Yeah, we were literally just talking about this. I love Arrowhead, and so much of it is because it reminds me of a college atmosphere. Obviously, the fans, just because they are so passionate, they are so loud, the crowd pops are insane, but also because of how the stadium is set up, the fans are like almost on top of you a little bit.
Yeah.
There's like less separation that I feel like you get in some of the NFL stadiums. So I rate it up there. I like atmospheres that are like that. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yeah, the parking lot is a barbecue restaurant in and of itself out there. The
Yes.
Chiefs fans take their tailgating seriously. So let's talk a little bit about the game. Chiefs got off to a slow start this season. Started 0-2, then they beat the Giants. Then they win against the Ravens last evening. A lot of NFL experts were writing the Chiefs' eulogy, pretty much saying that going as far as to say they might not make the playoffs. Based on what you saw against the Ravens, are the Chiefs back?
I mean, this is the thing about the Chiefs. Even if early on they look a little shaky, you can never count out the fact that they are just going to get it figured out somehow, some way. And like, it's funny that, everybody does write them off to start because every time this has happened, they have figured it out. And I don't know if they do this thing intentionally where they want to get really good towards the end to trick
Yeah.
everybody. But it's been a bit of their MO. So, I mean, I would say the Chiefs are back, but I also don't even necessarily know if they left. I think maybe we were just a little wrong about them to start. But, these are sort of these early weeks. Everybody is trying to figure it out, and some people do it quicker than others. I'm sorry, this light is like clearly in my face. Uh, but yeah, I would say they're back, but I don't really know. I don't really know if they left. I would like to see the Ravens figure it out. I'll say that.
Yeah. Well, the Chiefs are really good at winning. And I think last season when they won so many close games, people were like, oh, well, they're not really that good. But I think you're seeing it with the Eagles this year. They don't look great, but they keep finding ways to win. And it's because they're good. That's what good teams do. Like NFL games are close. That's the way it works. And I'm excited to see how they'll continue to progress through the season with some of the slim wins that they've had. But back to this game. Patrick Mahomes is 6-1 in his career versus Lamar Jackson, including 0-1 in the playoffs when he beat the Ravens in the AFC Championship game. Do you think the Chiefs just have Lamar's number at this point, or is he, eventually going to get over the hump?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Mahomes for many players has been like what Jordan has been to many players or what
Mm,
LeBron has been to many players. It's about can we get over this hump that is, one of the best quarterbacks that we've seen. And I'm sure a lot of guys kind of feel like they're in that bucket of, okay, we're going to have to get past what the Chiefs do. And when you talk about, the best teams know how to win, so much of that starts with your quarterback and their experience and their poise and their just relentless belief that no matter what they're going to figure it out. I think that Mahomes in many ways has just been the poster child for that. It all
mm,
begins with the attitude and like the culture that of course Andy Reid as well, but that Patrick Mahomes brings to those guys on the field. So yeah, he's kind of just like the immovable object that I think
yeah.
everybody's like we have to figure out how to get past this guy. But that performance yesterday was insane. 270 yards, 4 touchdowns. As my fantasy quarterback, I was happy to see
Oh, yeah.
it. But yeah, I think that Mahomes and the Chiefs have at many different points at different parts of their run had a lot of guys' numbers.
Do you think it starts to become like a mental thing? Like early in that game, the Ravens went for it on fourth down on the Chiefs side of the field, and they didn't get it. And I was just thinking in my head, and at that point, it was a one score game. I think it was the Ravens had a 6 point lead, and I was thinking, why are the Ravens going for it now? Do you think that there's the mystique of Mahomes, like, and the Chiefs forces coaches, even coaches like Harbaugh, who are incredibly accomplished, to like press a little bit and to maybe make moves they wouldn't make against other teams?
Yeah, well, I just think when you are playing the Chiefs, you have to take advantage of the moments that you have, just because you know that they are liable to go off at any point, to score at any point. Patrick is really good, obviously, at like showing up at the big games, and the lights get brighter, and so does he. And so it's just in a moment like that, the Chiefs genuinely are just a threat. And I think that
Mm,
everybody knows, okay, if you can score if you can keep the ball out of Mahomes' hands, you try to take the steps to be able to do that. But I also think, and this is just generally in sports, of course, when you are going to face like a guy, you understand that things have to change a little bit. You have to play the guy. And that
Mm,
is, what Mahomes brings to that team is just that, to your point, like that mystique or just really that, I don't know, that ability to just win a game. And so how
yeah.
can you, that's who circle and scouting report, how can you slow this guy down? And that's keeping the ball with you.
Yeah. So I mentioned that people were eulogizing the Chiefs season. Well, now the Ravens are going to have their turn because they started 1-3. Lamar's a little bit banged up. People are throwing dirt on their graves already. Do you think they're cooked, or are they going to turn things around here in the AFC North?
I think they'll turn things around for sure. I think they'll turn things around. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the league, one of the best coaches in the league. And again, these are the early weeks. Everybody is figuring it out. But I think the Ravens are undoubtedly a playoff team, and they'll get things going for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's a rough start, but they've played the Bills, the Lions, and the Chiefs early in the season, and they've been
You should
absolutely
have won that
decimated.
Bills game. There's no
Yes,
should have in sports. There's no should have in
sure.
sports. You either win or you lose. And obviously, Josh Allen just was unreal. But it's not that the Ravens are having these terrible games, but they're certainly having terrible moments at
Yeah.
points, which is then ultimately leading to losses for them.
Yeah, I think it's good for teams to go through a little bit of early season turmoil.
Yeah.
The Ravens they've been such a good regular season team, and they've just run through the AFC year after year, and then they struggle in the playoffs. It might not be a bad thing for them. And I'm a Chiefs fan, so I'm not rooting for these guys, but it might not be a bad thing for them to go through some struggles early in the year and then find their way. I think it helps these teams figure out what they're not good at and how to
Totally.
win these tough games. So on the Chiefs front, it was a good day for Kansas City because not only did they win, but the Chargers lost to Jackson Dart and the Giants. Now Kansas City's just a game back in the division. Seems like it's maybe early on a two-horse race here for the AFC West crown. Do you think that the Chargers can hold off Kansas City this year, or will the Chiefs win their 10th consecutive AFC West title?
It's hard for me not to pick the Chiefs. I am somebody who I learn from my mistakes. I learn from what I've seen. And there has been
Yeah,
times I didn't pick the Chiefs and then I blinked and they were in the Super Bowl. So,
yeah,
so
yeah,
I'm going to say the Chiefs can get it. I also know my audience.
yeah, yeah. Listen, they punish a lot of the pundits, and some people just keep coming back for more and more. Eventually, someone's going to knock them off. But I do think until someone really dethrones them in the AFC, I mean, they've been to that AFC Championship game
And
every year of Mahomes'
we
career.
haven't seen Rasheed Rice. Like we haven't even
Right.
seen like obviously Xavier Worthy had a great game last game, but just seeing like what we know that offense to do to be able to get the big chunk plays for Patrick to be able to sling it and know somebody is going to be down there for a big score. Like we haven't even seen that yet.
Yeah.
So once that component, arrives for the Chiefs this season, who knows? I'm not saying it's going to be like Super Bowl, but I definitely think they can win their division for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, we got to get you out of here. I know, but before we go, one more time, where can people find out more information about the Crown Royal Rig and when it's going to be coming to their town?
Yeah, we have a schedule for the Crown Royal rig. I will make sure that you get that link. But yeah, people should come hang with us. It's such a fun time. I'm helping distribute cocktails. We are also packing purple bags for the military, which is an amazing part of the
That's cool.
partnership. And yes, you come and you have a chance to get a seat for a seat, sit in our Royal Rig seat, and you might be closer to the field for the game. Who knows? But you got to show up to find out. So yes, come hang with us. Like I said, 10 cities, we've done 4. So there are many opportunities left.
What a cool experience. You guys can go to crownroyal.com/royal rig to see where the Crown Royal Rig is headed next. Taylor, thank you so much. It was so cool to meet you, and enjoy
Nice
the
to meet
rest of the
you.
NFL season.
Yes, thank you. Nice to meet
Yeah.
you, Patrick. You enjoy the NFL season and good luck to your Buckeyes.